so you're not an actor.
No.
But you like acting.
I used to act.
You used to act, so you are an actor. You're a former actor.
Sure.
What was the last role that you played?
Oh,
Or what production was it, let's say?
I was an understudy at a major regional theater that I won't name.
Okay, that's fine. An understudy, in case someone doesn't know, you're the person who you have to learn the whole role, and then you wait until the person playing the role can't do it for some reason, and then you fill in. Did you ever have to fill in?
No. I know. Devastating.
How many lines did you have to learn?
Connor, I was understudying Alice and Alice in Wonderland.
Most of the lines. I imagine there must have been, how many performances of the show? Did you do other things in the production, or you were just waiting?
They said to me that this actor will likely go out because she had been out a lot the year before.
Right, so you were brought in to understudy the role of Alice with the understanding that you are probably going to get some stage time here.
Oh, yeah.
So you're not part of the ensemble that you're going to jump in if needed. You're not like dressed up like a deck of cards or whatever. So are you just in the wings? Where are you in the building? You're in the dressing room?
Sometimes I'm in the building. Sometimes I'm getting drunk and getting called by the stage manager that I might have to go on an act too.
And how many performances?
Over 100.
Over 100. So I imagine there is, I've never had this specific experience, but my guess is that when the performances start, there's a feeling of sort of a countdown that's happening. When will you be Alice? In the 80s, in the 70s, in the 60s, as we count down to 0 performances left?
Yeah.
Certainly in the first half, you're expecting you're going to be Alice.
For sure.
Then you get to that 50 performances in. I'm just using as if there's 100, but you said hundreds. 100?
Yeah.
All right, that's easier. For storytelling purposes, it's easier if it's in. You get to the 50 and you think, my goodness, we're halfway through and not a moment on the stage. Are you rehearsing to keep ready?
Yes, there's pickup rehearsals.
So pickup rehearsals, so you're still working, but you're not, it's not going out to the public, it's private.
Yeah.
It's just process. And then you get down to 40 performances left. 60% of the run is over. And the actor playing Alice is holding firm, holding strong, out there in every show. What number would you estimate you started to get genuinely concerned that you would never play this role?
Probably close to somewhere around the 60s.
Oh, so okay. So before the halfway point, you already were seeing the writing on the wall.
Yeah.
And then you get down, you got 10 shows left. 10 shows left. And you're thinking, what are you thinking? Are you thinking, I got to do something here? It's not unreasonable to think that in a situation like this where you've had to endure dozens of missed opportunities, and you're watching from the wings, you see the actor playing the role of Alice. Were they doing a good job? You said, eh. So you weren't impressed. I'm not sure if it's worse if you're looking at them and they're doing a great job because it makes you feel like, well, they don't need me, or somewhere in the middle where you're thinking, well, maybe it would be nice to change this up every now and then. It's not unreasonable to think that you might have a Tanya Harding moment. Not that you'd act on it. That's a Jeff Gillooly moment when you act on it. When I say the Tanya Harding moment, I mean, for me, and this is different, everybody thinks of this differently, but for me, the Tanya Harding moment is when you're thinking of it. The Jeff Gillooly moment is when you start putting it into action. You start making sure that things are happening. We can all have a Tanya Harding moment, that's okay. When you have a Jeff Gillooly moment, and for those of you who don't understand these sports references, they're all easily searchable after the show or during the interval. I'm not here to explain sports to you, but this is one of the few sports things I know about. So you get down to 5 shows left, 4 shows left, 3 shows left, 2 shows left. 2 shows left, you know you're not doing it, right?
Yeah.
Even with 3, you're probably like, there's no chance. With three, there's a part of me that's thinking, surely this performer will have the decency to sit out. Give me a shot out there. What were your interactions like with the actor playing Alice?
She was nice to me, if not a little bit withholding.
Nice, but withholding. And did you get the sense that she was savoring every moment of being Alice? She appreciated what she had?
No.
She took it for granted. You think this performer just took it for granted? It's just another gig.
There's just so much beef I can't tell you about.
I don't need all the beef, just a slice. Because we don't have time to cover it all. This isn't the whole show, but it is something to think about here, because you get to a point with 3 shows left where you think maybe this actor will have the common decency to maybe. You have a dressing room of your own?
No.
Where would you? Where did you ever put on the costume?
Yeah.
Where did you put the costume on?
In the costume shop.
Okay, in the shop. Did you have a little area that you could be that was your area, like the understudy?
Oh yeah, there's an understudy booth.
Understudy booth?
Yeah.
Describe to me the layout of the understudy booth.
It's like a room, like a soundproof room.
Soundproof room,
That
so they
has
can't
a
hear you
monitor.
crying. You can cry as loud as you want. We put the understudies into this soundproof room because usually once we get about 80 shows in, they start to make loud wailing noises. The sorrow, it's hard because they're performers and they gotta let it out. So we soundproofed it. So a soundproof room, one door?
One door.
One door, where does that door lead to?
Leads to the kind of atrium of the theater.
The atrium of the theater. Is it near the backstage or more like near where people are coming in to go see the show?
Kind of halfway between both.
Halfway between, kind of a purgatory. All right. All right. I'm sorry, I didn't know if I should knock or not. I didn't know if you would hear it because of the soundproofing. I'm sorry. Listen, I know I just wanted to say, I know that we're really getting down to the wire here in terms of the number of shows that are left. Yeah, we're down to the final 5. And I wanted you to know that I gave some serious thought to maybe just, taking a pass on one of these and letting you go out there and really shine. I can't do it. I just can't do it. It's not that the role matters to me. It's just in a general way, because I've played a lot of great roles. And although I think that Lewis Carroll is a fine writer of children's literature, and I do like the stories. I have more of an affinity for the works of L. Frank Baum. I think his work goes darker and deeper in a way that I appreciate. Maybe it's just like there's something about it where I feel like Carroll pulls his punches in a way that Baum doesn't. But I don't want to burden you with my thoughts about that. I just wanted to let you know that even though I am putting forth the bare minimum effort out there, I have more in the tank, but I don't think the role calls for it. I wanted you to know that I did consider letting you do a mercy show, or whatever we call it. And I didn't know if I should just keep that to myself, or if it would mean something to you to know that I had thought about it. Okay. All right. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Do you mind if I do a little bit of the? Okay. All right. I just thought it'd be a nice gesture. Maybe I would do a bit of the part for you, just so someone would see it. Okay. No, it's fine. I know you're busy. Okay. All right. Thank you. I do appreciate you saying that. But I want you to know this is the end of my run as an actor. I'm out. And I don't know if you take any kind of joy, whether that's a win for you, maybe that's what you like. But I think there's going to come a point where it haunts you. Because actors are competitive, yes, but we're also a community. There is a strain of humanity that are us. We are the actors of the world, and we have something important to offer. And you've just sidelined one of your own. So do with that what you will. I just wanted you to know what I thought. Since you were so nice about coming in here and telling me what you thought, because you thought it might mean something, maybe that means something to you. Right. And listen, there is so much beef that I could share with the world. And I'm only going to ever share a little of it. But I just want you to know that. So yeah, just close the door, and we don't need to speak again. You've been very nice, and I think this was nice, but this experience has been punishing. Thank you. Close the door, please.